What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadski, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. And in today's video, we're going to be doing kind of like a miniature showcase of the brand new version 2 Legend RAYLEIGH. So for you guys that don't know and saw my pulls previously, you guys might be wondering how the hell did I get RAYLEIGH. I actually did a little bit more pulls outside of the 3 Sugofest pulls I did that I uploaded to my channel. If you guys have seen the community newsfeed on my YouTube channel, you guys would see that I actually uploaded the characters that I got, so you guys can see all the characters on the community feed on my actual YouTube channel. So make sure to go ahead and check that out if you guys haven't done so already. But we actually ended up getting RAYLEIGH on the 7th multi-pull, which was absolutely insane. I was so hyped about it. Unfortunately, unable to record the video for you guys because I was out at the time, but I'm really glad that I have this RAYLEIGH for you guys because I really want to showcase exactly how powerful this guy is. So let's go ahead and break down the actual Legend RAYLEIGH, and then we'll get into a clip of me actually using this guy in action. So RAYLEIGH is a Dex, Cerebral, Free Spirit type character, and you can see he's got 5 socket spots, 55 cost, and at max level at level 99, his health is 3,510, his attack is 1472, and he has 330 recovery. Obviously here I've got max candy and max limit break as well, so he has significantly higher stats from what I just said. And yeah, his stats are very, very good. 4,500 health, 1,882 attack, and 435 recovery. So across the board, his stats are pretty crazy with his limit break and cotton candies. So let's go ahead and talk about his captain ability and his special ability. RAYLEIGH's captain ability will go ahead and reduce the special charge time of all characters by 1 at the start of the quest. So with double RAYLEIGH, that's automatically 2 turns of reduction at the start of the quest, and with cooldown sockets, that's 4 turns of reduction straight away. So very, very good captain, allowing you to get your cooldown up very, very quickly. On top of this, he will boost everyone's attack by 2.5 times and everyone's HP and recovery by 1.25 times. On top of this, if your health is low, so if your health is below 30%, he will go ahead and boost the attack of all characters by 3.5 times instead, and he'll also increase the chances of you landing on a matching orb when you're below 30% as well. So a captain ability is fantastic. He's a rainbow captain. A lot of people don't realize that he's actually a rainbow captain. You can run anyone you want on this guy's crew. The fact that he is a cerebral and a free spirit character, though, does kind of lean towards people building free spirit and cerebral centric teams around this RAYLEIGH character, but you can literally use anyone you want on his crew and they will be getting 2.5 times attack and 3.5 times attack when they're below 30%. So a very, very powerful captain ability. The special ability of RAYLEIGH will go ahead and max at 14 turns, and what it does, it will go ahead and deal 200,000 damage to one enemy, and that ignores all defensive effects and barriers, so that's fantastic. One enemy just automatically will lose 200k fixed health, which is amazing. On top of this, he will go ahead and lock the chain multiplier at 3 times for a single turn. So currently on global, he is the highest chain multiplier locker in the entire game. Very, very powerful. But then on top of that as well as the damage and the chain multiplier lock, he will also boost everyone's orb effects by 1.75 times for 1 turn. Then, once again, on top of this, when your health is below 30%, so the same threshold as his captain ability, he will go ahead and reduce damage taken by 95% for 1 turn, so you only take 5% of the original damage taken for that turn, and he will go ahead and change empty, block, tandem, and recovery orbs into matching orbs. So he does so many different things with his special ability. So he's an amazing subunit to run on a lot of different teams, but if you do need to run him as a captain, he is still quite exceptional at that as well. He also has 2 sailor abilities that are both accessible through limit break. His first one will go ahead and boost the crew's stats, being the HP recovery and attack, by 50, and also will go ahead and make strength and quick slots have beneficial effects only for himself. If that was for the whole crew, like, that would be even more mind-blowing, but it is only just for himself. Also, he has the limit break abilities quick damage reduction. At max, he will go ahead and reduce damage taken by quick enemies by 5%. His second one is critical attack. So his critical attack will go ahead and give you an 8% extra damage boost on a 70% chance. So there is a 70% chance that when you attack with him, you get 8% extra damage output at max level. And his last one is recovery bind resistance. So he will resist 10 turns of recovery bind on your crew at max level if this guy is in your crew. So very powerful little character right here. Honestly, I don't think his limit break is as good as some of the other characters in the game, but the fact that you get so much extra statistics and also just those little added beneficial effects of the damage reduction, recovery bind, and the critical attack as well. So overall, very powerful unit. Let's go ahead now and head straight into the showcase. So what you guys are going to be seeing right now is going to be the clip of using the V2 RAYLEIGH against Boa Hancock Raid Boss, as well as taking on Invasion Quest Whitebeard. One thing I want to say about this team though is that it's probably not the most optimal Cerebral team that is, ever to exist on One Piece Treasure Cruise. However, the thing is, you actually need to make sure that you have like over 26 hit combo so you can take care of the character in stage 3, which is going to be the combo hit character. Now you could potentially go ahead and use like one of the RAYLEIGH specials against that mob, like that goes through the barrier, 200k fixed damage, but you do need the double RAYLEIGH special to make the final stage a lot easier. And then you'll see when we take on Whitebeard is that with the actual mob on stage 2, there is another mob that has a barrier as well. One of those characters can be the Great Barrier, and hitting Greats with the Zunisha ship is extremely difficult to do, so you can go ahead and just like stall out, use the RAYLEIGH special on stage 2 Invasion Whitebeard, and you can deal with him quite easily. But one thing that I found while using RAYLEIGH that honestly could be kind of an issue right now on global, on Japan I don't think it's going to be that much of an issue, is the fact that when you are just using him naturally, a 2.5 times captain is kind of bad. Like you're not really getting much damage output unless you're doing the burst turn. When you are doing the burst turn, the damage that you get is so crazy. It is bonkers how good the damage output is when you are using RAYLEIGH on the burst, because you're under 30%, you get the 3.5 times attack multiplier. It's so good. So if you do get under 30% in the middle of the dungeon, obviously you're going to be clearing mobs a ton easier, but, being under 30% means you are more vulnerable to dying and ending your run if you do screw up here or there. So that is kind of like the downside to it. Also, another thing that I really noticed when using the double RAYLEIGH is the fact that, that 1.25 recovery boost is actually pretty significant. When you pick up a recovery orb, you are healing a ton of your health back with just a single recovery orb. So that's awesome. I love the fact that he does boost recovery on top of his HP, because when you have a character that relies on being low health behind a certain threshold, it's really good when they have a health boost, because it means that that threshold of below 30% is a much higher pool of HP. If they didn't have if they didn't have that, then it would be a lot lower, of course. So the fact that he boosts HP means that his threshold under 30% will be a lot more significant compared to characters like, if you guys remember the original 6-star Whitebeard, under 30%, you only get the 3 times attack, and then when he got his 6+, he had the health boost as well, which meant that under 30%, the health was a little bit better. So overall, yeah, I think that that's his main issue, is the fact that, he's 2.5 times when you're above 30%, but, when you do get under that threshold, it's so much fun to use this character. Now, you don't have to run a full Cerebral team in order to get the best out of RAYLEIGH. Remember, guys, that as I mentioned in the unit overview, the fact that, this character can be run on a Free Spirit team as well. So if you guys have very, very powerful Free Spirit teams, time skip Luffy teams or stuff like that, you can use him on that. Also, being a Dex character means that he fits perfectly on a Lucy team. So if you own Lucy and you have V2 RAYLEIGH as well, you can build some very, very powerful teams out of that as well. So that's really cool. It's just the fact that you won't, for the most part, you won't be getting the under 30% effects of his special when you're using him in a Free Spirit or a Lucy team, just because with those sorts of teams, it is quite difficult to get under the 30% threshold, unless if the enemy puts you at that threshold. It's very hard to do so, because there aren't that many characters to run on a Lucy team or a Free Spirit team that allow you to reduce your own health. So that's the big downside with using RAYLEIGH on teams outside of Cerebral. It's just that Cerebral, the fact that they're built structurally to be under that health threshold a lot of the time, there are a decent amount of characters, and there's still more coming in the future that will basically work around that mechanic still. Like Coliseum Pedro, that's a big character that we are waiting for on Global. When he arrives, he is amazing, god tier unit for Cerebral teams, giving you color affinity, and he reduces your health significantly as well. So he's awesome. Can't wait for him to come out on Global. But anyways, guys, that's just kind of been my overview of RAYLEIGH, my experiences with using him so far, and the breakdown of the character. I really hope you guys do enjoy this clip here against Invasion Whitebeard. If you guys did enjoy this, make sure to smack the like button down below. But on that, guys, I will see you guys within the next video.